What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn podcast.
another damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
296.
296.
Right.
Yes.
You've got it, kid. You've got it, Johnny.
Why did that pop in my head?
So Last Dragon, y'all don't know about that shit here.
I
Barry
was like a
Gordy
little
presents
age
the Last
watching it. I was like a little age when that came out.
Dragon. I wanted to say karate because of that, yeah. But hashtag cheap parents, though. One take karate after seeing the Last Dragon. I really want. We went there. We went and visited Degerberg Academy, which is still there on North Lincoln Avenue. By the way, like 40 years later, still there.
I'm not even in that.
Academy, yeah. I'm sure Degerberg probably died decades ago, like, but his name lives on. Well, if he's still alive, though, yeah, he's just
It
like
might be his son or somebody. Like maybe
there'll
he
be
has
another
sons,
Degerberg. Yeah.
possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. We went
Or a
in.
younger brother or somebody with the name could have
Went and
taken it.
visited. Mom saw them prices. Like, Then we took some bootleg karate at the Park District. I don't know if I ever told the story yet. That Park District karate. No, no, no.
You didn't even get a gi, did you?
So no, of course not. You show up a t-shirt and gym shorts. Damn it, that's what you sold up in.
You gotta get a gi. Let's call it.
We were no belts, not black belt, not white belt, no belt. That's what we were.
No flags. No belt.
No belt. What belt were you? No belt. Damn it. And then it was like he'd be there. Sometimes he wouldn't be because I'm sure he wasn't getting paid for that shit.
What your karate look like Bart the touch death? Wow. Like Bart touch of death.
Or like Daniel son before he went to Miyagi because he sucked in the beginning. He was fighting Johnny. It's like the karate kid. And then Miyagi said, "Let me show you, let me show you how to." But he had him fixing shit around the house, so that was bullshit too. But he taught him real karate because like what he was doing at first wasn't it. It's like because I think he took it at like the Park District or the Y or some shit. It was some bullshit that Daniel would take. Miyagi said, "Let me teach you teach you some real shit." But I didn't have a Miyagi. Yeah, we took the Park District karate, and then went to maybe like maybe month and some change worth of lessons, and then that was it. Once the guy just stopped coming, it's like,
well, he was a part. I'm sure he wasn't being paid.
I'm sure he wasn't. Yeah, and karate instructors aren't hard, aren't easy to come by. So once that guy quits, now you can't even find a replacement. It's like you probably were lucky to find that guy that said, "Oh, "Yeah, I do
the '80s," so it's like,
yeah." They were lucky to find that guy. Yeah, said, "Yeah, I do. I teach karate," and then he wasn't.
Teach it.
And then probably got an actual job paying.
He got an actual job that actually paid him. And then he's like, okay.
It was like he's like, I could spend my Saturdays doing something. Because I think it was like Saturday that we went. It was like every Saturday at like 10 or something like that. Like 10 a.m. Saturdays. But the guy wouldn't always be there. Some days he wouldn't.
If you're gonna commit to something, you gotta commit to it. That's just my thing. Like, don't make a commitment.
He knew, but that's on the flip side of that too. He knew it was free going in. Not like he told him
$20, whatever they decide to, whatever they paid him.
They weren't paying him going in, so like he could have just turned it down. He said, "I don't want that. I don't want to do that shit." Yeah. So instead of wasting our time, have us coming over there, me and Feast trying to learn karate at the Park District and shit. Went on a rant about that, all because it's a fucking Last Dragon joke and shit. How was your weekend, kid?
It was actually good. It was a good weekend. Got to get some celebrations in for a family friend. Celebrated Sahara actually got her doctorate and she had a party and kicked it and had some fun. So I always applaud. I love seeing Black excellence. So congratulations now, Dr. Evans. She's Dr. Evans. So congratulations to her. And I just love celebrating and just seeing just good. You know, it's just so much negativity. And I like to surround myself with just uplifting, positive, just wanting to feel that energy. So congratulations to her on completing her doctorate. Congratulations.
It was pretty chill weekend for me and Babe. Dr. Story, by the way, shout out. because it was snowing and cold, so
Yeah, snow was kind
kind
of.
of stayed in. I made dinner, so we got my little
No, okay.
yeah, so my little culinary skills off a little bit, a little something, something.
If it wasn't so far, I would come and got me a plate. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, came and get my plate. No, I'm messing with you.
It's good though. Sometimes you need that. So you go
Mhm.
so hard all the time. Sometimes it's good to just sit still, especially when it's
Mhm.
inclement weather. It's like
I'm saying because I'm like all this time, like I said, now that like I had a little bit of things going on this weekend, like now the snow comes. Like all this time, it's been a seasonably warm January, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like we got the party, then the more we got this going, then the
yeah,
snow
that's
come down.
inclement weather. Yeah, but it was due. Like I said, we got the rest of January, which we pretty much
Yeah,
with now. You still got all of February and most of March.
most of March,
You
maybe a
still,
week or two of April,
yeah. Usually, once
maybe
you get past the end of March, like you really don't get any real snow. You might get some bullshit snow in
some
April.
dustings. Yeah,
We
you might
really
get some
haven't had any like
dustings.
real snow like in April. Like
Hmm.
we
You
actually
get
have
a dusting.
we don't have to break out the snow blower in April. Typically, it's like
Yeah, because that's wild. That I
you might
can't
have
deal
to
with
with
that.
the shovel or the broom or something. Yeah, like you really won't have to break out the snow blowers in April.
Hmm.
Like yeah. Typically, I'm sure it's happened before, but typically once you get past
Right.
that mid the like once we get past my birthday, let's say you pretty much okay made it here. Like we're pretty good. We might get a little bit more snow, but we'll feel pretty good.
Yeah, feel pretty good about it.
I got to start things off on a sad note, of course. In peace,
Yeah.
the good brother Victor Vincent, the braided up G, the hip hop jock, like however you knew him, of Gary's
Mhm.
finest, like whatever you knew him as. Yeah,
I do the braid up G. That's what I knew.
that's what I during most of my time he was the braided up G. Because like the
Hmm.
early 2000s, cats were rocking cornrows. Like
Mhm.
he was the hip hop jock before that when he started, and then he became the braided up G. And I had braids at the time, so a lot of people like thought I was Victor V in certain circles like earlier. It's like nah, my eyes like I ain't Victor V, damn it. I look better than I do, like But yeah, lost him. Yeah, I'm still trying to find out how he died. But we got word in our group chat at the radio station, so we were all talking about it, especially the ones that knew him. It's like, yeah, like because some of us are still there that were there when Vic was there. Still,
Mhm.
quite a few of us that are there. It's like, oh yeah, Vic, he's a good dude. Whatever. Yeah, like we were
Yeah.
like we're talking about. And I had my story, I posted I had a nice post about Vic on Facebook.
Hmm.
Posted about him. Posted a pic because we used to have fun with Vic about that picture. Like it's like we I won't repeat any of that because it's politically incorrect for 2023 standards. It's like because like that's my first thing with Vic. Is like we used to have, and even he was in on the jokes. Like
You
yeah,
would get in on you.
yeah, I don't know about that picture, man. Like he will even like yeah that about it, but yo, you
It's
get
just all in fun.
yeah.
It's all in
Most
fun.
of these other, that's what we do as people. Like,
Yeah, it's all in fun.
it's like he would roast me. Like if I talk about his picture, he's like he'd be like, "Yeah, well, where's your picture?" But at the time, that one is like, yeah, I wasn't on the website.
Point taken. Well played, sir. Well played.
Where's yours? I didn't get one till like years later. And I remember my first one, I was trying to be sexy and all that shit. I don't like the white shirt or whatever. I'm like trying to like that. I was like, yeah, now I got one, damn it. Yeah.
See the face I'm making.
Well, yeah, early on when I first was starting into like my professional career, because I would have my shows at KKC and all of that.
Hmm.
I used to do mixes for your high school events and shit like that. Yeah, I used to. So like me, I was wanted to be a talent basically, but they wanted to push me more in the direction of behind the scenes as a producer.
Hmm.
Guess what? When holidays come up, yeah, folks need those days off. So like it actually opened up opportunities. Like Vic being a part timer, he would fill in for the full timers and say if one of the jocks would call up,
Right.
well, you need somebody to do Vic. So I was like, yeah. So like, where do you go? Like, yeah, you go to the cats like me. It's like, yeah.
I'll do it. And that's called getting your exposure, getting your feet wet, cutting your teeth, basically. Mm-hmm. Like you're getting familiar with how to do that now. So
that's one of the like Victor V and Sean Knight. I probably spent the most time filling in for my first 2 years. Probably. Mm-hmm. I did a lot of whenever I swear I spent most of my time. My mic time was there because before they tried Oz, he the producer. That's why I related to Kanye early in his career because during that same era, right? It's he a producer, Like, Kanye was like, nah, I rap too. It was like which we saw in the Genius documentary. He was playing his fucking tape for everybody.
He kept on playing, and people was like,
okay. All Falls Down was what he kept playing, like which became a hit. I'm glad that one became a hit because that's the one he kept playing. He's like, I rap too. Check out my tape. It's like,
24 cars you named Dora Alexis.
Everybody laughed at the line. Everybody liked the line. Like they said,
because that was a nice line. That was a nice bar.
I think he could rap that line. Carter's like, that was catchy as hell. She couldn't afford a car, so she named the daughter
Dora Alexis.
It was like Universe. They showed when he played for Jay-Z, laughed, and then he was at Leon's barbecue. He just played it for the people working at Leon's on 79th. And he played that, and they're like, that was funny. That was clever, right there. So so that's how I felt at that point in my career too, like early 2000s. That was like.
But the lesson here is the cream always rises to the top. So
keep ironically, on. I got my first show in 2004 too. With College Dropout came for that year. My year. It's ironic. I just thought about that right now. My first version of Oz Radio, the official Saturday night after party spot. It was came on Saturday nights after the club. Mm-hmm. So I'll catch the folks coming in from the club. So that was what my very first show was.
Because I would listen when I'd be in the club. Because at that time I was club hopping. It was 2000. I was young, so it was 2000.
He's more so than Kareem. He was a little bit older, but like I would get calls. You and Feast, like but hey, shout Feast was special. You shout me and my girl out, Feast.
Because I do that, like I'll have it like you guys shout me and my friends. I'm like, we're riding right now. Shout us out. My little friends.
But I
was about to say our name. I was about to say our names.
I gotta go through some of my old air checks, and I'm gonna upload some of the shows where I filled in for Vic, because I know I have some air checks that I got. I'm gonna get back to uploading my air checks. I was doing that for a while, but it's time consuming, so that's the reason why. Because I want to do it right. So I like to edit it, like edit out the parts that I don't. And then with music, you gotta edit it a certain way anyway, because like these music rights. Copyright strikes. I had one taken down because of fucking Big Pimpin' from Jay-Z. Because it was playing. They said, we can't play that. So I had to edit that whole part of the air check out. So I'd rather just upload it without that to begin with, instead of doing all of that. And then like your video's not even up. Say, we got to take that one down. So I did all that work and I got to take it down. So it's a process. Like, so I got to hire I got to get me an intern and shit. They can do shit like that. So I might holler some of my IMS students. Hey, edit this air check for me. I want to put it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Edit out. If you hear a song that sounds questionable, just take that part out. Right. But rest in peace, Victor V. Rest in peace. I'll forever be grateful for the opportunities that I'm filling in for that brother. Mm-hmm. He always repped hard for Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, he put his city on. He
That's how he'd always open the mic. Yeah, how you doing, Chi-Town and GI? He wouldn't just say Chi-Town. He'd always threw GI in there too.
Yeah, he repped hard for Gary. He did.
Mm-hmm. And Vic was the man in Gary in his day. Mm-hmm. So rest well, my brother, Victor V, the braided up G. I had to kick things off with that. What's up, kid?
Nothing much. I mean, do we want to go? So I said, since we're already, we already had to start with the personal tragic news, but the national thing that's been going on. The big story that happened this week that.
Go ahead, go for it, kid.
Tyree Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I will leave.
I still haven't watched the.
I was about to leave it that say I haven't watched the video. I saw some clip of it because when I was out with mom on Saturday, they had the news on. It was like ABC News was on, and they was showing like I guess part of like the dash cam, like with the body. You got the body cam.
That's
There
the
you go.
one
They
where
were
they
showing
say you
part.
see everything is the body cam, which I
They were showing part of the body cam, obviously because it's the news. Like I mean, they obviously didn't show
oh yeah,
all of. They show some of the.
redacted version as they call it. Yeah,
There you go, redacted. That's yeah.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
state, like the legal term, the redacted. They showed like some, but I didn't even want to see any of it because just from what I was hearing about what happened to this young man, 29 years old. So very young man, had his whole life to live for, had a child, um, just a senseless beating. Like they senselessly beat this man. They beat him down
Well,
for 3 minutes. Like,
the good news is all five of those officers were fired and have been charged with murder. So
as they should,
mm-hmm.
as they should. And just hearing the stuff like he was beaten repeatedly, he was tased repeatedly, he was like just it was just awful. Like they said the way that they said like reminiscent like how Rodney King, like they said it was like that. They said the way he was like just
Like
beating.
over 30 years ago at this point. I think 91 was when the Rodney King incident happened. I know the trial was 92. I think the video, I think it was 91 when that video was came out.
And that's the thing about today is like everything in today, like everything will be caught because from what they were showing, it looked like it was like one of those, those cameras that sit on the poles, like caught
That's
some of
the
it
first
too.
one I saw. Yeah, that's what I mostly saw. Like I said, I didn't see the body cam, but I saw like it was one in the distance. So I don't know if it was a security cam or ring cam or a pole cam. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was like
Because
something.
it's literally cameras everywhere. Like people have Ring cameras, Nest, Vivint, whatever. People have doorbell cameras,
That's
and
how they
then
caught
pole
the
cam.
Kaya Bryant shooting, like how you saw everything, like somebody's ring cam, like where you saw
Mm-hmm.
like that. Okay, like well, she did pull a knife, and you saw more like of everything, yeah. And then the body cam of that one did come out too as well, yeah. So you got to see all of that as well too.
Yeah. But I mean, at what point are we just going to just like enough is enough? Like, I mean, people keep on going back to, well, these were black cops. It's like it doesn't matter that they were black cops. Like they're supposed to protect and do a job, and abusing your power, abusing your badge just to go and just beat up people. That's not what you're supposed to be as a police officer. Like maybe you had some aggression, maybe you were bullied as a kid, you had some aggression, like you didn't work out, and like you decide to join a force where you can go and you can bully people. Like some people, that may be their motivation for why they join.
I mean,
That may be.
seen black cops being portrayed as bad cops in cinema. Yeah, like two examples famously, the Boys in the Hood, the cop that pulled over Ricky and Trey,
Yeah.
and also you have in and Training Day, Alonzo
Lonzo
did.
was a dirty cop. Oh, he was dirty.
Yeah,
He
so
was dirty.
yeah, and they were black, yeah, and they were bad cops. They were black, yeah. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
People like,
about
yeah,
bad cops. It's not about black cops.
you
It's
would
about
think
bad
that
cops.
because they was black that, and I'm like, that's a weak statement for anybody to say that because they were black that they were going to like the whole thing is like no one should do this. Period. Cops should not abuse their power. Period. Like it was a
This is
routine traffic
probably
stop,
yeah. Go ahead.
right? It was a routine traffic stop.
I believe so. Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what was done to
What
trigger to be
escalated?
like.
I don't know. Like I said, because I haven't watched the video. I
Mhm.
might have to watch that, but I don't want to watch that shit. But yeah,
I
so
don't want to watch it. I
because
don't.
I'll like because if I like knowing what I'm talking about when I'm reporting on stuff.
Mhm.
Let's try to find the transcript. Yeah, where I don't have to watch the
Yeah.
video. We can get
Because
a
I don't want to watch the video. It's just too heartbreaking. And then they said like when he started calling out his mother's like when people call for like I can't. Like
That's what I'm saying. This is the biggest one like since George Floyd. That's what it
as a
reminds.
mother, I can't. Like I don't want to hear a child calling out for their mom when they're dying. I don't want to hear that.
This
I just
reminds
don't
me of
want to hear
George
that.
Floyd. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the whole mother thing.
To hear your black son call for their black mother, it's like I don't want to hear that. It's just too sad. It is. But it does come a point where like what needs to be done with these officers, because this abuse of power is just, it's disgusting.
You got to drain the swamp.
And clearly it's not just a white cop thing. It's like, I know people love to point the fingers and be like, well,
especially
it's a
our
black,
people,
it's
everything.
a white thing. It's
Especially
racist. It's
our thing
white.
is like, yeah, it's like racist white cops. It's like, no, just fucked up shit asshole cops. It's like that's like
Asshole cops.
what it is and shit. Yeah.
What can be done to,
To get
like
rid
you
of
said, you say drain this swamp?
to get rid of as what Macy Gray says in train, get rid of the punk ass, bitch
The
ass,
bitch
crooked
ass,
ass
crooked
cops.
ass cops.
We
There
need
you
to get
go.
rid of them and shit. Yeah.
First part, and I'm gonna go here. First part, I said I have several cop friends. I do. Don't come for me. But
Yeah.
first part, I will say is this:
one of my former students is a cop now. She's
if you see something, you can't expect us to say that we're bogus for not snitching on each other, but you guys don't snitch on the bad ones.
what they call
You
that
guys start first.
the blue wall and shit. Like the blue wall is real and shit.
You guys start first. Like I said, if you expect us to snitch and be like, okay, like if you know that your cousin, like a shooting happened, you saw the news, and you know your cousin was involved in that shooting, but then because it was your cousin, you don't want to say nothing, and you being like, well, you gotta tell, you like, I ain't gonna be no snitching, and you get mad because the person, well, you saw this cop, you saw him pull over for somebody running a stop sign, you saw him like break someone's nose for running a fucking stop sign. You see what I mean? You gotta speak up. That's the first thing. You gotta lead by example. You gotta speak up. If you see something that you know that's not supposed to be what it is, you gotta tell first. And then you can't, like I keep on saying, you can't abuse that power. You cannot. Like, it's a reason why it's a song called Fuck the Police. It's a reason why NWA made Fuck the Police.
Fuck the police.
You don't see Fuck the Fireman.
Ice-T made Cop Killer. It's like, yeah.
You don't see Fuck the EMT. You don't see,
And those are like two, yeah. What's the name? Ice-T song got banned and shit. That's all that, yeah. They pulled the Cop Killer record. You can't even find that shit now. Like they banned his record and shit. Yeah. But Fuck the Police is still very much out there and shit. Yeah.
Like it's a reason why songs like that are made, because it's just that distrust. Like it's always been that in the Black community, like even like several friends, like I know, if a police officer comes in a room, like, everybody, like I see people's mood change. Cause I saw this happen very recently. I was at an event and I saw, cause like somebody I know, like they're a cop, they came in, they were dressed in uniform, and they just came in, and then like the people, they were like laughing and joking and this and that, and then as soon as the person, and then they looked, and then they got kind of like, it's like, but the person, like they were coming to enjoy the event just like you. They just happened, they were just getting off work, and they just had their uniform on still, and they were just enjoying the event like you.
Let me tell you a story. I don't know if I haven't told this story, but yeah, back when I was pursuing acting, I appeared in a pilot for Chicago Justice as a bailiff.
Yeah.
And the bailiff, you got your uniform.
The uniform, yeah, you were a bailiff.
A little prop gun and everything. So I looked like I was an actual state trooper. Like the way I was dressed looked like an Illinois state trooper. And so in between takes, I'm just walking around with all the other talent, and certain people would straighten up when I would walk by. And then they would think like, oh wait, he's not a real cop. It's like that. But you just see the uniform, something triggering people's head because they're laughing, and then like when I was, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's right, you one of us, you ain't real. But they would straighten up just that uniform, like folks, yeah, they moved a little.
I saw that. Like I said, I saw that.
I experienced it, and I'm not even a cop, and I experienced
it. I saw that in my event that I was at. So it was a gathering, and the person, they came in, and then like the other people, they started looking like when they came in.
I experienced.
I'm like, they're just here to enjoy the event like you. They're not here to shut down your fun. Like, yeah. But how do we bridge that gap though? Because clearly in our community with us, like I said, I can only speak on the Black community. I can't speak on other communities. I know my community.
All I speak on is what I know, yeah.
But in the Black community,
you never hear me playing the what about white people shit, because who gives a fuck?
I can't speak about that.
Black people and Black issues. I don't give a fuck about white issues. No offense. Right before you say something offensive, you say no offense.
I can speak about my issues. And then and
I found this body cam video. I'm not
What can we do to bridge this gap? How can we
When
How
I was
can we
looking at the
bridge it?
transcript, they had the video in there too, like embedded.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna hit play though. Yeah.
No, yeah, because I don't want to see. I
Mhm.
just can't right now. I can't.
And I haven't this article I'm looking at now is um got to be a couple of days old at this. Oh, it's from yesterday or was from Saturday. Yes, yeah. And so far, it said the protests, protests have been breaking out mostly in Memphis, but probably
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the country. It said they've been mostly peaceful for the most part. So
Mhm.
hopefully it stays that way because we don't need any more. Yeah, you don't need to add. You
Rioting.
don't need add. I don't need any more of people getting hurt and arrested and shit over this.
And then my other thing too is
I
where it
want to see
happens
more
at.
people. I don't want
This
to see
isn't
more people get hurt and shit. Yeah.
my other thing is this is in Memphis. Memphis is mostly black.
That's why all the cops are black. Probably
So
most of the police
like
force is black.
you're destroying, like I said, I don't want to see any more destroying of neighbor. Like you're destroying your communities, your neighborhoods. Like already we went through 2020 and a lot of businesses got lost because of the pandemic and never were able to recoup. So they just permanently closed their doors. For the ones who were able to survive it, they just might just be getting back on their feet because after 2 years of like robbing
2022
Peter to
was the
pay
first year
Paul,
when shit started getting back to normal. So
now you're finally
you might have just had your first year back in the black year from
there.
2020.
You go.
Because 2020 and 2021 you lost,
You're
yeah.
trash,
Yeah. So
trash.
you might be like might just be getting out of
Your
that.
head is just above water right now. Your
Just
head
got
just
out of
might
that
be
hole
above
now.
water right now.
2022 was the year you just got out of that hole.
So now you're trying to, okay, we're starting to get our stride back. And then if something were to happen, then it's like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not destroy our businesses. Let's
Don't
not
use
destroy
this
our
as
communities.
don't be an ass. Don't use this as opportunity to come up and shit too.
No.
Because that's what I saw. Like I said, I had my viral video from 2020. The George Floyd is like right around that. It's like the Memorial Day weekend of 2020. Yeah, I went over on Commercial Avenue, south over east. Is it?
Yeah, South Chicago. Yeah. Like
My
that way.
video
Yeah.
went viral. Got like almost 60,000 like people like were on
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, so yeah, and I was over there, and it's like and these people like they didn't seem angry to me. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't protest. It wasn't like no justice, no peace. It wasn't no fuck the police and shit. It was like it was a come up. Way too many smiles on faces is what I saw and shit. So I was
Like
like,
the store, the Villa got hit bad.
the Villa's gone. They had to tear
Yeah,
it
it's
down.
gone. They
There's
got
one.
hit
There's
bad.
one who's talking about stores that never opened back up. The Villa
Villa.
on Commercial Avenue. This one never opened back up because of that. Yeah. City Sports took damn near 2 years before they reopened. Yeah, so they had a long road back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was there. Yeah, and I have the video still on my Oz Radio
Yeah, it's still
Facebook
there.
page. Yeah. You want to watch it? Yeah. So
Said, don't do that, man. That's not, like we said, that's not the purpose of a protest. The purpose of a protest is to, like, is so your voice can be heard.
mm.
So you do have to assemble and, no justice, no peace, like assemble. And then another thing I encourage too, Memphis Grizzlies, y'all have a huge platform. Use your platform.
Yeah, Ja Morant.
Like you have a huge platform. Like I said, I'm not sure. I don't know if he has or not. So I'm not going to say that he hasn't. Because I don't follow his social media. I don't follow his social
media. The only one I
media.
saw really talking is obviously LeBron. Like I saw him talking about
But the Grizzlies, it's like you have a huge platform. So if you are a person, and even if you're not a celebrity or whatever, but it's a lot of like with this social media stuff, it's a lot of influencers. So you might have 30,000, 40,000 followers. Use your platform, use your voice to, like I said, I'm trying to use I don't know how much of a platform I have, but I mean, I'm trying to use my voice to like speak into that. Like we have to figure out something because it's too many young men, young Black men being killed, taken away from their family. Like I said, this guy was a father. He was a FedEx worker, I think, and he was just getting off work.
He was headed home from work. That's what I read in the article.
Yeah. Like a FedEx worker just headed home from work.
And I don't know, I don't know how it got to where it was. Like I said, the only way to find out, I guess, I'm gonna have to watch that damn body cam, which I'm not interested in. Is like I don't watched enough of these types of videos.
Yeah, being like, the George Floyd was just so hard that was just like I wish I could unsee that, but I can't. Philando Castile, I wish I could see that, but I can't. It's like,
especially the George Floyd. That one was the first video more so than the body cam. That's one where the cell phone video actually looked worse and shit.
yeah.
That's the one that set the world on fire and
And
shit.
you can hear the oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You can hear that just
And the
constantly
one
being
cop
said in the phone.
holding them back and everything is like that's one where you might have had to shove his ass out of the way. I know you be assaulting an officer, but you might have to
But
because
the girl,
one
for
cop
her
was
to have
holding him back, and then the other three, including Chauvin, were like holding him down.
for the young lady to have done that video, was she like a high school kid? I want to say the young lady who took the video.
Yeah, I think she was a teenager. Yeah.
For her to do that video, she was incredibly brave to do that. So for her to do that video, because had she not taken that video, it could have got flipped any kind of way. The story could have been flipped any
Or the
kind of way.
story might have just remained under the radar because
Exactly.
yeah, because the video going viral was what brought attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's like would have been like, okay, this dude died in police custody. It might have went under the radar though. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a junkie who died in police custody. That's what they
like
would have
the
flipped it as. He
Laquan
was a junkie.
McDonald one, that video went viral. Like, yeah, that
Yeah.
story was under the radar. Like, and then when the video came out of him getting shot with 16 shots, I think, yeah. Like that one was that went viral and shit, yeah.
But they need to get all their asses. Like we need to, like I said, we need to figure out the gapping. Like, how do we fix this gap? Like,
because like the answer was like we need more people from the community, but like if
you get your community, they still doing this.
This is
Then
what the community represented. I don't know.
I don't want it.
What's next then? Yeah,
I don't want it. If this is what they represent.
If that's what the community is bringing forward, then what's next then?
Because that was a complaint. Like, okay, how you have somebody like, for example, like
side of the hood to police the hood,
if you live in Glendale, you're not gonna be going down to Inglewood. You see what I mean? You don't know how to
somebody from Inglewood to police Inglewood, but if these guys were what Inglewood's finest, then
what do we going? What do we do? Like I was like, I don't know. Like is like I mean, I'm trying to think. Like my thing is it what type of testing do they do for officers to become a police officer? Because
some of my police friends like
is it like because like people help me out, please. Is it like a mental capacity thing where like they can measure? Because I know, like, I mean, I'm a big person that talks a lot about mental health now because I feel, especially because this pandemic it opened up a lot on people because a lot of people I feel mentally are drained, mentally are exhausted, have had some mental
pandemic. I've admitted this, like, and I'll admit it again. I was in therapy. I've gone to therapy before, so I'm into that. I'm in that mental health space. Yeah, I was in therapy like pre-pandemic,
and I'm looking to like try to find a therapist myself now because just trying to process because we've all had. But these last 2 years have not been like any other. But this
I know one, been... but we might not want to go there. Maybe it's too personal. But I definitely got there.
Yeah, I know you have.
Shout out, babe.
I had to put a little barrier, like maybe she can refer me to somebody like a colleague of hers that's
good point.
As equally as qualified, But you gotta like you have to look at that too, because like looking at the mental thing, like why do you want to become a police officer? It's because, well, I was picked on as a kid and now I want to, it's like you might have some you see what I mean? You might have like some anger, unresolved anger.
Radio, like law enforcement was definitely one of my interests. Like I even applied for the police exam. I didn't get a call back though. This is the mid-90s. Like, yeah, so they only gonna have like so many slots they pick. Unfortunately, I didn't get picked. It's like, yeah. But like, so I didn't even get the opportunity to see if I could have made it because I never got because I got the rejection letter because they sent out 2 letters. Yeah, I got the one. Yeah, thanks for your interest. Unfortunately, that's the letter.
You see the letter that's about when you see the letter that's literally a paragraph long. That's a rejection. It's a paragraph is a rejection.
Like, please apply again at a later date. It's like, yeah, like I got that letter. I didn't get the one that's like, oh yeah, welcome. Yeah, like come on down to the headquarters on this date between this time. I didn't get that letter. It's like,
and congratulations once again, like that. How they close it out.
Saying come down to headquarters on Saturday the 28th. I didn't get that one. I got the one that says, unfortunately, yeah, because I did apply.
Thank you for expressing your interest. We really appreciate it. after extensive review of your application, we decided that we cannot unfortunately give you the position, whatever.
Yeah. Oh well, unfortunately, we reached our limit of new candidates and whatever.
New applicants
New
and
we reached our limit. And you didn't make the cut. Damn it! I got that letter. Shout out Dad, yeah, being nosy, opening my mail and shit. Because he saw something come from the police, and I told him that I had applied. I guess he thought I was lying because like I saw that letter. Like you know how your shit is folded. It's like yeah, the letter had been read by somebody other than me and shit. I was like, yeah, I told you I fucking applied for the police academy.
parents are gonna parent. Parents are gonna parent,
exactly.
Unfortunately. Especially back then, like parents, if you grew up in a Black household, your stuff was not sacred.
Especially that's when I knew I say I gotta go. Yeah,
I gotta move.
Yeah. Because I'm like 20 years old or something at the time, and it's like, and you going through my mail like I'm sneaking around or something. When I just apply, I applied for the police academy. Now he said because he had mentioned this shit. I said, yeah, you got a letter from the police the other day. What was that all about? I said, oh, I applied for police academy. I got rejected. Guess it sounded like bullshit to him at the time. So then, like maybe a week later, I saw that letter had been read by somebody other than me. I'm assuming it was him because he's the one who mentioned it to me. Could have been Feast or Mom. I don't know. It could have been you. I don't know. No, you didn't even. It definitely wasn't you.
I didn't care about that.
No, yeah, it definitely wasn't you. But he was the one that asked. So like, I think Dad is the one who read the shit.
He was being nosy.
I thought I was lying about that, like that I was in trouble, but it really. Yeah, police applied for the police. My ass.
I'm gonna see what he's doing. What you hiring for me?
He really did. It's like, and then saw my rejection. I was like, oh yeah, he really did get rejected, and then just put the letter back where. But yeah, I was interested in the mid-90s for applying to like becoming a cop. Yeah, so in an alternate timeline, I could be Chicago PD. Yeah. I could be doing this podcast sitting in the police uniform. Like, so I probably would have still done the podcast because like I had broadcasting in my blood. Yeah,
right,
so,
you did.
So like I would have just not pursued radio, but like once podcasting became a thing, I would have said like, hey, let me try that. Yeah.
Let me try this.
Yeah,
Officer Oz.
Yeah, I'll be talking about like, yeah, I was like, well, maybe I should have tried radio. Yeah, because I'm pretty good at this podcasting thing. What if I went into radio? I'd be in that timeline saying that. So that's one thing right there. But it's like so far I haven't heard any craziness. Yeah, like so.
Nothing justifies like no
I think because of the cops have been charged and they've been fired and charged. Maybe that's why the protests haven't been so intense.
Right.
Why the George Floyd stuff got out of hand because like Chauvin, it was like a while before they even charged.
Yeah, before they even.
It was like some days that passed. It was probably a week total, but we didn't see the video right away. The video happened like that Memorial Day. We didn't see it till like that Thursday or something is when the video came out. And like Chauvin's probably charged maybe that following Monday. I don't remember the timeline. I have to look that up, but it was like a week or something where like that it was in limbo, including a CNN reporter getting arrested live on the air, which pissed me off at the time. Like, as a member of the media, is like. So I can't report on this shit. Really, it's a news story.
You want to arrest him?
Which is why I got nervous when I was doing my video, and then when the cops show up. If you watch my video, you hear me say like, "Oh shit, here they come" or something. You can hear me mumble out breath when a cop car pulls up. But this was like the day after that CNN reporter got arrested. So that's where my mind was at. I was like, what if these like they arrest me, or what if they tear gas me? That's where my mind was wet. I was like,
and my heart was racing.
The comments are crazy. It's like my whole family, like you were like these crazy, like yeah, like dude, get out of there. It's like so I appreciate all of y'all, and like even like other people that knew me like from like back in the day, like at Black and like Kenwood, the radio said like dude,
from like, the block.
Yeah, block. Philip was
in there from the block. Yeah.
Mafis was like, dude, that shit is not safe. Please leave or something like that. But me, like I said, I felt like a war zone reporter. That's all. Like that's what it felt like. I'm not comparing with that to the battlefield, like in like Iraq or whatever. But that's the mindset. Yeah, like it's dangerous, but like we got to get the.
You have to go and report the news.
Felt like a reporter,
or like the storm chasers, like the people that are out there in the. Yeah. That's crazy as hell. I could never like I tip my hat to them, like to be out there with the storm chasing. No way in hell I want to be out there with tsunami. No way in hell I'm
Mm.
going out there. No.
But yeah, when I saw the cops run up, I was like, oh shit, here they come. But then they just left, which was even more confusing. I was like, huh? They came,
Yeah, that was
looked
bizarre.
around, and they got back in the car and
They
pulled
said,
up.
okay, guys, disperse. And then they left. And that was all they did.
As soon as they left, they ran right back in that store. Yeah, they left temporarily. Like, yeah, the people came out in there, and like, soon as they gone, they ran right back in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was probably the craziest day that I was ever reported. As far as my media career, that's probably the craziest day was that shit.
Right.
They're in the middle of that. Yeah. So
But if you guys have any solutions or anything, like, because now is the time I feel like as residents of communities, we need to actually start going. Like, I mean, if they are like, I know for a while in-person meetings wasn't a thing because of COVID, but now that forums are starting to open back up, and if they have like these meetings in your community about what can be, go and attend these meetings from now on. Don't just be a person that's like, oh, I'm not part of it. It's like, yes, you are. Go to these meetings, raise your voice, go to your alderman's office, talk to your alderman. Your alderman is your first point of contact. You
get
just
out
can't walk into your mayor.
get out and vote on some of these local elections. Don't
Yeah,
just do
vote.
every 4 years during a presidential election, which is what most people do. Most people
Mm-hmm.
don't even vote like unless it's a presidential year. It's like
And the president, that's
you
so
know,
far removed. Like what the
yeah.
president does is like it's not really going to trickle down to you. I mean, I'm not being funny. Like,
And you're not even really voting for the president. You're voting for like delegates now who choose the president. You're not actually
there
choosing the
you go.
president.
There you
So
go.
these other offices, your vote is actually going towards them. It's
Mm-hmm.
like for example, you vote for your county sheriff.
There you go.
That's an elected position, yeah. So you can actually
Mm-hmm.
have a say in who's the sheriff of your county, yes. So
Mm-hmm.
you act, and that's in policing. So you have a say in shit like that, yeah. They get out and vote in
Mm-hmm.
some of these local elections. Like I said, sheriff isn't elected. Like it's not appointed. You have to get elected sheriff in your county and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's you can make a difference doing shit
Go
like
for your
that.
alderman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You actually
That's
can.
one. That's like a sorry one, mostly because like the last alderman election, like the turn, it was just so sorry. It's like all these residents in this area, and like only this, I forgot like how much percent they said of the community voted. Just sad. I'm like,
We got a mayoral election coming up in Chicago, so hopefully
mm-hmm.
I don't know what the turnout is going to be. It doesn't seem like it's a big buzz right now and shit. Yeah, so hopefully people get out and vote. Right
Like
now, it's not much of a buzz going on in
all I'm
Chicago
saying
about
is
this
it should
election.
not be 30% of people come out to vote. It just should not. That should not happen. 30% of people should not just. That's sad as fuck. It is. You gotta, if you want the change, you gotta be the change. So you gotta go out there. You gotta speak. You
Yeah,
gotta
actually vote your interest. Yeah.
talk about what your concerns are. Okay. I want to feel safe when I'm coming home from picking up my child and going home from work. I want to feel safe walking right here because this corner is sketchy and I don't feel safe walking past this corner after 5 o'clock. It's sketchy. What can we do to get this corner to not feel sketchy? You got to do things like that.
Or that abandoned building that's been abandoned for 15 years. How do we get that torn down? It's like,
Mm-hmm. Well, how do we get a new business in there to open it up to make it,
if it can be rehabbed,
it
it's
can be
like
rehabbed?
some if it's like structurally
If it's
unsound,
salvageable, yeah. If it's
how do we get it out
that's
of here? Yeah,
salvageable, yeah.
yeah.
What can we do to save it?
Mm-hmm.
Either we're going to tear it down or we're going to save it.
It all depends on if the building is structurally sound. It's like, yeah, if it's unsound, like how do we get the motherfucker torn down? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
just drugs and prostitution. It's like that's all that's
Mm-hmm.
going on.
And put something positive right there. A thing that like I'm a big fan of now. I like community gardens. I do. I think it should be a community garden in literally every community. I think it should be a garden in every community. I think it should be
Mm-hmm.
because it does breed positivity. Like you have people cooking, growing fresh fruits and vegetables. Have people growing fresh
Yeah.
foods and community coming
Yeah,
together.
it's good.
I like that idea. I think it brings peace to an area. It brings life and peace, I feel like. So I'm for that.
Mm.
But rest in peace to Tyree Nichols. And I'm tired seeing these stories. Like now it's like I said, it's a whole nother different That's because the officers were Black. That's why it's a different field. It is. So you can't even go there. It's a race thing. It's like it's not a race thing.
It's a cop thing and a
It's a
bad
shitty cop thing. That's what it is. It's a
bad
shitty
police thing.
So fix it.
I'm trying to find my next story. I want to get something positive this time. We didn't add enough.
Yeah. I know, like I said, and I try to like I'm a positive. I consider myself a person who tries to be positive and everything, and I like to see the good in things, but I'm also real about stuff. If something is fucked up, I'm gonna be like, it's fucked up.
Oh yeah, bullshit is bullshit. No way out of that. No way around it. I call it like I see it. If something is
like, well, this and this and this and that, I'm gonna address things. So.
Well, have you seen I know you're a basketball fan. NBA All-Star starters have been announced. Now I'm trying to get something positive going now.
I missed it. I mean, I think I saw the West guy. I think I saw the West one, but I had kind of been off social media this week a little bit. I wasn't really on it too much because I had a kind of busy week with mom. So yeah, so I was doing stuff this week.
Well, let's pull up the West. You mentioned it. Here's your Western All-Star starters via NBA Twitter. So there you go. Your guards, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic.
No surprises there.
Front court, Nikola Jokic, Zion Williamson, and of course your captain, LeBron James. We know that. It's like,
no surprises.
LeBron's going to be your captain until he retires, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because the captain is your biggest vote getter.
Your most popular one.
Yeah. Who's going to get more votes than LeBron? It's like people don't even watch basketball. You know who LeBron James is. Yeah.
And then once LeBron retires, then it'll be Steph for a few years. Then it'll probably be him. And then when he retires, then I don't know who's going to be. Maybe Luka. I don't know.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah. Luka, Zion, who knows? It's like, where they going? Let's check out to the East, my brother, to the East.
The East.
Eastern Conference, yeah.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving and Donovan Mitchell were your guards, yeah. Front court, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, and your captain, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So that's your East. So, of course, I said the snubs. We obvious one said no DeRozan, no Zach, yeah, and Embiid, of course, like for the.
I say Embiid. No, Embiid is the biggest snub.
Me as a Bulls fan, I was like, okay, no Zach, no DeRozan. Okay.
I mean, I know because like we've been doing bad this year. That's why.
Bulls are not good. Yeah, like they were out of the playoffs most of the year. Now they in the play-in areas. Yeah, they not. Yeah,
they're that's my phrase for them. They're consistently inconsistent. That's what they are. Consistently inconsistent, which is not a good thing. I say probably
now what's next? Maybe DeRozan gets picked as a reserve. I think Zach is on the outside looking in.
I think Zach is going to be on the outside.
Yeah, I don't think Zach makes the All-Star team this year.
I think DeRozan makes it.
I don't even think DeRozan's a shoe-in. I say maybe DeRozan.
I think DeRozan maybe makes it because
let's see who else is the other guards in the East. I'm gonna check
because DeRozan had the 20. He got 20,000 points. He's played his thousands games. So I mean, he's hitting like these milestone marks now. He's hitting the milestone.
Yes, before we go there. Yeah.
So that's why I think that the coaches might vote him in because he is hitting these milestone marks now in his career. So he'll probably get it. Zach. I don't see getting it at all. I don't see him
outside looking in. That's just how I feel.
They'll do this to Zach. You want to dunk again? You want to dunk again?
Never.
That's what they're gonna say to Zach. You want to dunk
offer
again?
him that, but yeah, he's not.
He probably should because these dunk contests have been atrocious. He probably should, but
you don't want to though. I have the spreadsheet. Let's take a look. It's some stiff competition. Okay, Jaylen Brown is the third spot, so like he's in Brown.
Okay.
James Harden, like Philly, how they doing? Philly is they're doing better than the Bulls. I know that much. It's like
Okay.
Now, if he's gonna get a spot, it's gonna be over Tyrese Halliburton because like Indiana, I guess so. Like it's gonna either be, but Halliburton been balling out. So I don't know. Yeah. So DeRozan did get more votes than Halliburton, but Halliburton has actually been having a hell of a season. And what about Trae Young? It's like, yeah, you can't leave Trae out. It's like I said, he got some stiff competition. Mm-hmm. I say Jaylen Brown definitely, and then it's gonna come down to Harden, DeRozan, or and Trae
Young. Yeah, those three.
Sorry, Tyrese. Like, yeah, he's young. He'll get his shot. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's in his second year, so
he's young.
He'll be back. Yeah, so
he's young. Yeah,
this might be one of DeRozan's last chance. DeRozan's older, so like this might be one of his last chances.
What 33, 34, 33?
Turns 34 this year. So.
Yeah, he's older, so
getting up there. Yeah, so this might be one of his last chances. Yeah, so. Mm-hmm. I was looking, I was like, the competition is kind of stiff. Like the Bulls might get shut out. I say Brown is definitely in because Boston is Boston.
Yeah, and they balling. Boston is balling. So
Jaylen Brown, a definite. Let's pull the standings up because I want to say Philly is they've had their ups and downs. So I think they're having some ups and downs. Let's check them out though. Let's pull the current standings.
This came quick. When All-Star is about to come soon, I was like, damn, this came quick. It feels like. Don't it feel like it came quick?
Yeah, it seems like the season just started.
Right. It seems like I'm like, damn, we're almost halfway through the season. Like, because All-Star break is the halfway point.
Oh, basically. Hell yeah, Philly. It's like what I'm talking about. That shows you that I ain't been really following NBA like I should. Philadelphia is number fucking 2 in the East right now. So James Harden's probably definitely in. They're number 2 in the East right now, Philadelphia. So Bulls are out of the play-in.
We've slipped again. We lost those 2 games. Bulls were doing good because they won a 3-game win streak. All I had to do was win.
It's a 3-way tie between the Pacers, Wizards, and Bulls. But the Pacers and Wizards must have won tiebreakers. Yeah, technically, according to this, they're all 12 games behind. So it's a 3-way tie. But Bulls are like last place in that. Wizards are on a 5-game win streak, so they're hot right now. So, like, technically, it's a 3-way tie for
the Bulls could just string together some wins. They can actually at highest maybe get to 6, like 7, maybe possibly 6 if they put some wins together.
I think they're in the play-in again. I think they're in the play-in this year. A lot would have to happen for them to get to 6.
I said because like they could
who's gonna get bumped? Miami.
The highest realistically they could. I say 6 to 7. They'd have possibly 7 is where it probably would end up 7. I would say possibly.
I could see the Knicks stumbling. The Atlanta, they hit or miss here right now. Yeah, but yeah, what's the name? Got some competition this year because now I'm thinking that Jaylen Brown and James Harden are definitely in because of the record. Yeah, the coaches tend to go by like that more. The fans go by the popularity
contest with the fans here,
which is why like Kobe Bryant was still getting voted as an all-star starter when the Lakers were like terrible near the end of his. Lakers were winning like 20 games, and there's no way Kobe should. But Kobe was Kobe, so he was still
Kobe
as a star. Like Yao Ming was getting voted as a star when he played like 10 games in the season, injured, missed like 70 games. It's like that. But he had all of China voting for his ass and shit. It's like so he get voted as a star. A billion
votes there.
Like he would always get voted. I was like, yeah, I mean, he ain't even playing. I was like, dude been injured. Like, oh yeah, how's he getting voted for all-star? But fans choose popularity. And Yao Ming was like the guy, and it's like all of China voted for his ass. Like, but like stuff like that would happen. Like Allen Iverson was still getting all-star starter votes well when he was like past his prime, because he was AI. People didn't even watch basketball; they know Iverson. The coaches tend to look more at that. Okay, Boston's balling, Philly's balling. We got to put guys from those teams on the all-star team. That maybe DeMar, he might have this much of a chance. Yeah. Because like you said, he has reached some milestones.
He has reached some milestones. And he's
near the end of his prime, I would say. So this might be one of his last chances.
That's impressive. And then another thing is the fact that a lot of this stuff that what makes DeVar so impressive is that the way that he was able to hit 20,000 points, and he's a mid-range player. Like he really doesn't take a lot of threes. He just doesn't. He doesn't do the 3 ball. He can step into a 3, but he's not a 3-point shooter. That's not his game.
Kobe Bryant was his guy, and
He's a
Michael Jordan.
mid-range king.
Right, yeah, so and those are like two of the greatest mid-range games of all time. Jordan, obviously the greatest mid-range, yeah. And if that's who your guy, your inspiration is, like, yeah, like Jordan didn't shoot a lot of threes. Really, he was a mid-range guy.
Kobe didn't shoot a lot of
Yeah,
threes.
that's who. Like, yeah, like back in the day, the 3-point shooters like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, those like
Yeah.
Steph Curry's dad.
3D, Dan
Yeah,
Scott.
Scott. Yeah, said
Yeah,
Dale.
those like the
Yeah,
three-point shooters
3-point
back
shooter.
then.
Bulls
Yeah.
had Steve Kerr. It's like, yeah, like
Yeah.
BJ is like
BJ
Pat.
did the
So those are
three.
your 3-point shooters on the, like
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't the 3-point.
That wasn't it.
He could hit the three, but he had that mid range fadeaway was his go to.
Fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, the mid range fadeaway was his go to. He'd occasionally get back and hit the three. It's like, but that mid range was his go to. Yeah, and that's DeRozan plays like that. So like he's a mid
old school. He plays like old school way of basketball, and the fact that he's able to hit these milestones, not hitting threes, is like it's more impressive because it's like he doesn't even take threes like that, and he still hit these milestones without taking the three. So I think that, like I said, he's not a shoe-in, but that is something to give the coaches to think about for DeRozan. But obviously, in any of these, somebody's always going to get left out.
We got stiff competition, but it's not out of the question. Especially like I don't wish nothing on nobody. Especially if somebody gets hurt, then he really got an even better shot. Yeah,
we've seen that happen where somebody got hurt and then
KD was hurt last year. That's how Tatum got to start, I believe. Yeah,
yeah.
Durant was injured. Yeah. But last year, DeRozan was a starter. Yeah, so that's how popular the Bulls were a year ago compared to now. It was like, yeah, like he was a starter. And then,
but then for DeRozan, because he had
Tatum didn't get picked. Remember, like Tatum wasn't voted.
Tatum wasn't picked.
Durant got hurt, so like Tatum got to start because of the Durant injury. Yeah, so that happens. Yeah.
But what it was for DeRozan last year when he hit those 2 back-to-back game winners, that's like what sealed it for him because that was amazing that he hit 2 winners.
Bulls are like top 3 most of the first half of the year. Yeah, like something changed after the All-Star break. I'm not sure what, but yeah, they were like a top 3 team. That first half of the season, they were like top 3.
They were cooking
consistently. They were like number 1 part of the time, but they were a top 3 team most of the first half of last season. Bulls were balling out. They were in that top 3. Yeah. Now they like the bottom 5. So I don't know.
Now they like, man.
I just hope they make it, yeah, because this has disaster written all over it. I just hope they make the playoffs because, especially just on some personal shit because of the Vooch trade, is like because the Bulls could because the Bulls they picked up that they Orlando was only top 5 protected. So let's say they missed the playoffs, but get like the number 7 pick, Orlando gets your pick. You didn't even get the playoffs and you lose the pick. Is like that's the worst spot you want to be in. Because if you miss the playoffs, at least you got a shot at like tanking and getting a
pick. Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's say that pick falls like 6 or 7, you really feel like an asshole. Then it's like we didn't make the playoffs and we got to give our pick away to Orlando. Like that's the worst case scenario. I don't want that. It's like so.
I just want them to make 6 so they want to play in the play-in. That's why I keep on saying make it to 6, so at least you don't have to do the play-in. Make it to 6. Make it to 6. Make it to 6. Make it to 6
because they had 11 now. So yeah, they got some climbing.
Well, really, it's a 3-way tie. So I mean, you can leapfrog that.
11 are kind of close. Yeah. So
yeah. So it's like make it to 6. Make it to 6, and then you don't have to worry about playing. Because playing, make it to 6. Just make it to 6, please.
That's what I was hoping last year after they fell off the cliff. I was like, just don't fall out of the top 6.
Yeah, don't be in play-in.
When they were sucking, I was like, you were like top 3 all season. Like, don't be a play-in team after all of that. That's what I was mad about. They did barely make 6. I was like, good, thank God. Because they looked like they were about to fall off a cliff. Also, that came out. A lot of stuff came out. The Oscar nominees came out as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
And guess who's nominated? We spoke it into existence.
I saw.
I'm gonna bring it out. You said this person should get an Oscar nomination.
The Queen.
I'm trying to get it. Where the hell is my thing at?
The Queen. The Queen. You know I love her. You're just a fool. You know you're in love. The last time she had an Oscar nom.
Yep. Well, here it is right now, courtesy of Google.
Okay.
There we go. As I'm trying to share, hitting the wrong thing. We gonna get it together.
Me. Get the vocals together. Me.
There it is. Best Supporting Actor. Angela Bassett. She
Yay!
got a nomination for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So that's and they're saying right now she's the favorite, but like of course anything can happen and shit with this.
Yeah.
But right now she's the front runner. And looking at this, then again, I don't be knowing about like Oscar how they choose because like they be choosing obscure shit.
Because I don't even know what that Banshees in his shearing. I don't even know what that
I
is.
know, and just everything everywhere has been leading everything is like everything
Yeah.
leading everything. I think they got the most nominations.
Everything is leading everything.
Never even heard of that movie and shit, but it's like the leading nominee getter. So like
Hmm.
from what I've been reading on all of the most of the entertainment and sites and blogs have been saying that Angela Bassett is a front runner. So we talked about Angela Bassett getting her Oscar. It might happen this year. So there.
I hope so. Because it's a travesty she doesn't have an Oscar yet. It is. It's a
I
travesty.
saw a lot of people, of course, like in the on the black side of things, were upset about because Viola Davis felt she got snubbed because the Woman King, which she probably should have got nominated for that. I saw
Oh,
they
yeah, she should have got nominated. Yeah, I didn't even think
said
about
she
that.
got a snub like for best lead actress is like she did. Let me see who's on that. Viola Davis is not on that list. I looked at it.
Well, Viola, my thing is Viola is a Grammy away from an EGOT. So let's get her let's get her a
Word, yeah,
Grammy.
spoken
We just need to
word out.
get Viola a Grammy and then she can be an EGOT. So that's what we need to focus on for Viola. I want her to be an EGOT.
So yeah, these are your nominees for best actress, and yeah, she's not on there. No Viola Davis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a snub. Yeah.
Or at least we got Miss Queen Angela Bassett, which she did.
Mhm.
Yeah, no spoilers, but yeah, it was it was sad fate for her character in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Even though the movie
Which is
been
actually about to start streaming on Disney Plus starting February 1st. Just a FYI, because I did see the thing come up when I logged into Disney Plus earlier today. I saw the ad where it said streaming February's 1st.
I saw Black Adam is streaming on HBO. I want to
It
check.
is
Yeah,
because I watched it a couple weeks back.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
Like I'm not
we
sure when
watched it.
Till is gonna start streaming. I do want to see that though. Yeah, I know Mom went and saw that in the show. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it might be
yeah, I
on
know it's right now it's available for renting, but
for rent. Yeah,
I haven't seen a free stream yet on it yet. So
yeah, but
probably
it
maybe
should be
coming up,
coming
maybe
soon.
coming up for Black History Month. So maybe next week it might.
Yeah, let's do it.
Next week, let's start streaming Till so I can check it
Let's
out.
do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah. And of course, we got some performers announced for the Grammy Awards. Mary J. Blige, Lizzo, Steve Lacy, Bad Bunny among some of the performers. I'm interested in seeing Mary. Yeah. I just watched that Mary J. Blige My Life documentary the other day too on Amazon. Recommended, yeah.
I'm
It
gonna
was
watch it.
celebrated 25th anniversary of My Life, which makes you feel
Nice.
it was My Life came out in '94, so this documentary had to come out a couple of years ago, yeah. And she was
Hmm.
celebrating 25 years of My Life, so I watched it. And that My Life album was looking back definitely Mary's best work. It's like she said because she put all of her pain and all of that into the. She was going.
Right.
She's talking about what Casey and all. She was going through all of that at the time. So like Puff was like he said he was breaking up with his baby mama, his Justin's mama. I forgot her name yet, but
Yeah. Misa.
Lisa,
Yeah.
thank you, yeah. So they all were like going through shit. It's like when they
Going
put
through it.
that
Yeah.
album
You
together. So
supported me.
yeah. So they
Mhm.
were all feeling that, yeah. So it's definitely dope. I checked that out recently. So
Hmm.
I'm
I'm gonna
interested
check it
in
out.
Mary. We also got 6 nominations this year. So
Nice.
go ahead, Mary. Of
Hmm. Of
course, Beyonce's leading the way with 9 nominations. So
course.
what he'll probably get some because that Break My Soul was like such a huge record. That was the biggest record to me of 2022 was the Break My
Hmm.
Soul. In the streets, it was that F and F. Overall, like it was Break My Soul. We talking about hood, it was like yeah, F-R-E-E. That was the biggest record.
Right.
But those it was down to those two, yeah. Because I did I'm on a pop station and I'm on a hood station. The
Hmm.
top songs of the year for Rockford, it was Break My Soul's #1. It was F and F on Power 92. So there you go. They do the countdown of the hottest songs each year. So both of them.
Hmm.
So that's what it was. So that's all I got, unless you got something else.
Well, that's it for me too.
Okay, not another damn podcast wrapping this damn thing up. 296. You want to support us, you know what to do. Give us one of these. Like it. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hi, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. No days off, always working up in this piece.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Time to go check out some NFL conference championship action. But yeah, you'll know the results by the time you hear this. So you know who's going to the Super Bowl. I don't know yet, but you all know already. And I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.